The United States has been a land of immigration for hundreds of years. People have come to America from other countries for many different reasons. In the 1600s, pilgrims from Great Britain came to colonize in America to escape religious persecution. Old immigration took place in the early 1800s. Most of the old immigrants migrated from England, France, Ireland, Germany, and as far as Asia. Nearly 3 million migrated to America in the early 1800s. Between 1870 and 1900, nearly 12 million immigrants arrived in the United States hoping for a better future. Many of these people were from Germany, Ireland, and England. The reason there was such a spike in immigration to the United States is from push factors in the immigrants' homelands. In Germany, riots and violence took place in 1848 due to poor harvest and famine that led 1 million people to flee. At the same time, over 1 million Irish people fled the devastation of the 1845 Irish potato famine. As for China, around 25,000 people migrated to California to make big money off the California gold rush. Many came to the US because it was perceived as the land of economic opportunity. It was an improvement to the crop failure, land and job shortages, rising taxes, and famine going where they were previously living. Many had similar backgrounds that allowed them to form their own cultures in America. A lot of them were literate and some very wealthy, and few spoke English. The language barrier was a large cause of the ethnic enclaves that formed, such as Chinatown, Greektown, and Little Italy. The enclaves led to urban ethnic patchwork with little integration. There were social tensions against immigrants in America, often stereotyping and discriminating against. Racial purists feared the genetic outcome of the eventual pooling of new races. Americans who favored native inhabitants rather than immigrants were called nativists. They were successful in restricting the flow of immigration. The Know Nothing Party, later renamed the American Party, was an American nativist political party that operated nationally in the mid 1850s. They were anti Catholic, xenophobic, and hostile to immigration. The Chinese Exclusion Act was a federal law signed by President Chester A. Arthur on May 6, 1882, and prohibited all immigration of Chinese laborers. Another movement against the immigration was the National Origins Act in 1924. This established a law that severely restricted immigration through a system of national quotas that discriminated against immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe and excluded Asians. This stayed in effect until the 1960s. By 1924, the door was shut to millions by placing an absolute cap on the new immigrants based on ethnicities, so laws were created against most Europeans and Asians, the vast majority of immigrants. There are two different theories to how immigration affected America at the time and how immigrants blended in. The first is the melting pot theory. The melting pot idea compares America to a giant soup pot. Each immigrant has their own flavor. After each immigrant comes to America, they connect to other people. People learn about each other's culture. Many people come to America from so many different places all over the world. For this reason, America can be called a melting pot of cultures. The salad bowl theory is newly arrived immigrants do not lose the unique aspects of their cultures, like the melting pot model. Instead, they retain them. The unique characteristics of each culture are still identifiable within the larger American society. Much like the ingredients in a salad are still identifiable, yet contribute to the overall makeup of the salad bowl. So this theory stays true to their culture, keeping all of its customs. Each culture keeps its own distinct qualities.